Klay Thompson, 8 for 14 from three-point range. Checking out that box score. Can't believe it. How he shot the lights out.
But I guess I think Loon said they just expected games. Is it easy for you? Do you just say, okay, now this is the time?
It's something that just comes naturally. I don't, go to sleep last night thinking of scoring 30 or shooting the ball well. I just was thinking about how far I've come and how grateful I am to have another closeout game at Chase. And luckily, it was one of my nights, and carry this momentum into the WCF.
Klay, did that feel like it used to feel? Like, did that feel like how it used to be out there?
It felt better, honestly. I mean, especially the perspective I've gained from the injuries I had to now be able to compete at the highest level and be one of the Final Four teams. It's a feeling that's hard to describe, honestly. It's truly amazing, and it just inspires me to keep going because I think we still have great basketball ahead of us.
You have a long list of kind of unsung teammates over your career. Where does Kevon Looney kind of rank on that list for you, and considering obviously what he did tonight?
I mean, 22 boards in 35 minutes, probably a season high. We needed every single one of those. Kevon was possibly our MVP tonight, and wow, I'm so proud of him. He also had injury problems early in his career, a couple surgeries, and for him to be out here doing this at the highest level, he's going to be rewarded for it.
Hey, Klay, I know each game is unique in and of itself, and they're several years apart, but are there certain things about Game 6s that bring the best out of you?
I have no idea, Medina. I mean, really, I have no clue. It's just, I just love the moments. I love the pressure. I love playing basketball at the highest level. Our careers, we're not singers, we're not actors. We can't do this till our elder years. So while we're doing it, you just got to appreciate every single night because it goes really fast. And even tonight sometimes went fast for us. And I just don't have an answer for you for that. It's just something you can't quantify.
Klay, speaking of moments, when you hit your last three of the night in the fourth quarter, you got real fired up, pumped your fist. Can you kind of take us through what that moment was like for you?
Well, 30 sounds way better than 27. And on top of that, I had a lot of pent-up energy these last couple years, and to be in this situation and to, kind of seal the game there, and just it all came out because I just know how hard it is to get to this part of the season, and it just all came out for me. And to see the sea of Warrior fans, it's a moment I just tried to revel in for the few seconds I had.
Andrew Wiggins also kind of went through a revitalized season this year. What was it like seeing him be able to do what he did tonight in this kind of closeout game as well?
Andrew was special. I mean, his shot wasn't going early, but he made some huge threes for us, huge buckets, double-double, great defense. And he's been such a great player for us. He makes impact on both sides of the ball every night. We would not be where we're at without Andrew. And I'm just grateful that he had that mindset to keep shooting because he's such a great scorer, and he just opens up everything for us when he does that.
When you see Andrew deliver like this in a big game like you've done in the past, does that tell you something, like even more about him, that this is what you guys do? You play in these huge games. What does it mean to you that he delivered?
It just means everything I thought about him. I believed in him from the jump. When he was with Minnesota, it was tough because he had to shoulder the load so much. Now, with us, he can kind of be himself and play to his strengths, and he was huge for us tonight. I mean, his defense and his play at the rim, I'm just really proud of Andrew, and he's such a great teammate, and he's a great pro, and he shows up every single night. So Dub Nation should be very grateful we have a player like Wiggs.
Hey, Klay, what's it mean to be back in the Western Conference Finals?
It's special. I mean, everything we've been through the last few years, it's really an incredible opportunity. We want to advance, obviously, but we're going to embrace the challenge, whoever comes out of the other side of the bracket. But it's something I will toast to tonight back in the WCF. but quickly forget about it come Sunday and scout this Game 7. And we have a big matchup ahead of us because, as we know, as each round advances, it gets a little harder.
Speaking about, the other side of the bracket, will you be tuned in to Suns Mavericks Game 7?
Yeah, I've been watching playoff games all year. I love the playoffs. It's when guys bring out their best ball, and there's some studs on both teams. So it's going to be I'm going to do my due diligence watching, and I'm just going to try and scout, two great teams.
Klay, Draymond said that they discussed, getting Loon back in the starting lineup to have that physicality and 70 rebounds, 22 by Looney. And what do you think of that and the decision that, Steph and Draymond were part of and getting Looney in the starting lineup?
Kevon should go by Kevon Luwajuwan because he was really just a freak out there. And guy has like elastic arms, you can just stretch. But I mean, Draymond, Steph, Andre, those guys see the game. They're playing chess when everyone else is playing checkers. And Draymond's like an extension of our coaching staff, so is Steph. So it doesn't surprise me that they made that call, and Loon delivered. I saw it on Instagram. I can't take credit for it. I thought it was hilarious.
Klay, probably the assumption is that Steve will be back on the bench when the Western Conference Finals starts. Such is the case, what do you think about what Mike has done during this week and what he's meant to this franchise?
Mike B is just one of a kind. He's a player's coach. He's a great leader. He loves the game. He's grinded for everything he's got in this league, starting as a video coordinator, I think, in the early 90s. So I love talking to him about what the NBA was like back then. And we're going to miss him next year, obviously, but we'll welcome back Steve with open arms. He's our leader. He's our, leads at, we've missed him, and I'm happy we could advance without him because it's not easy when you don't have your coach's voice.
You played, I think, 40 or more. Wiggins 42. Draymond was close to 40. Did this have a feeling like a Game 7? I mean, I know you could have had a Game 7, but did this feel like the ultimate?
It's a long flight to Memphis. It really is, and we spent a lot of time at the Hyatt. As much as I enjoy playing on the road, it's a well-earned day off tomorrow. And at our age, we take all the rest we can get. So, although it wasn't a Game 7, it definitely had that feeling like, let's just win this one. We deserve to have a few days.
Step in here about 2 or 3